Hi Libras, let's go ahead and start us off with some deep breaths, and I'm going to pull up some affirmations for us. Happy birthday, happy birthday. I'm feeling silly today, okay? I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. Ooh, I know that I cannot change the past. Ooh, I was getting that some of y'all are trying to get some things out of your chest, off your chest. Some things that you're wanting to speak up about, okay? I'm hearing mistakes, 44. I'm also hearing that there are some things here that you're wanting to express, okay? In acceptance. In acceptance, there's something here that's sitting right here, and you're thinking to yourself, how am I able to express this to whomever, to however? How do I get this out of my chest? How do I get this off of my chest? Okay, 111. I am using this deck that I created, okay? And I'm going to start us off here with a Bible verse, okay? Cause me to hear your loving kindness in the morning, for on you do I lean, and in you do I trust. Okay, heavy emphasis on trust right now, Libras. Cause me to know the way wherein I should walk, for I lift up my inner self to you. Okay, that was Psalm 143 verse 8, and I wanted to share that with you, and I felt compelled to share that with you. That could be significant for some of you. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Some notes that I have for you guys. Okay, we are stepping into your season. Time to put all the ingredients together. Okay, this is what I had written down for you guys, maybe even before your birthday. Okay, this is what I got. I don't know where that's coming from, but this is the message that I got, is time to put all of the ingredients together, maybe even before your birthday. So that, I'm getting like that is your ritual, like right before we get into your season, okay? You are one to put ingredients together, however you want to define this. I'm also getting that some of you guys are a cook. You love to cook, and you're trying to prepare for something. You're trying to prepare for a party, a gathering, and you're trying to put all the ingredients together. This can also be defined as you trying to gather your thoughts, gather information, gather questions that you have. Okay, and it's funny because in front of me, I have on my wall, okay, and I had written this down, and I want to share with you what it says. On a piece of paper, I had written a moment of reflection. Okay, I had titled it a moment of reflection, and I have a couple of questions here. Okay, now I want to read it to you guys. Okay, what is the next step? Okay, who am I? Okay, these are questions that are coming up. Who is coming with me, and who needs to go? Okay. Time to clean up, organize. I also emphasized cleanup when I had written this down, okay? It is a time for you to, again, gather your thoughts, gather the questions, seeing where you are with yourself, your attitude, if you will, okay? Do you have the tools? 414, when I said that, do you have the tools for the things that you're trying to work on, a new project? Do you have the money for it? Okay, this is what I had written down, and I want to share that with you. I also got, we need a dream team, and that is essential for some of you guys. You're trying to gather things up. Time to put all the ingredients together. It's time to clean up. It's time to organize. It's time to freestyle. Learning and creating as you go. Okay. And I'm also getting like getting rid of all of this feelings that is not very comfortable. I'm getting with this is like mistakes, okay, that are resurfacing for you, and it does not make you feel good, because these are things that perhaps you had put yourself in, you got yourself involved with something, or like a legal situation, if you will. You got yourself into maybe a friendship or a situationship, a relationship, whatever it is, and you weren't very proud of it. You weren't very... I'm hearing that you weren't also very considerate at this time when this happened, when that mistake happened. I'm getting, what did you learn from it? 555 when I said that. And I feel like in your season, that is what you're reflecting on. And that's why I felt compelled to share a moment of reflection with you guys. Okay. You're going through a phase where you're accepting a lot. And you're seeing things clearly, and you're seeing things a lot. And to you, you're going, I don't understand, and I don't quite understand what this means for me yet, but I will. Time to clean up, time to organize. For some of you, cleanup means something to you. Like, it doesn't have to be you having to organize your room, you having to organize your house, or you cleaning up your house. It means something else. I'm getting that, okay? You are to be patient is what I'm hearing here. Some of you guys are in waiting of something. Okay, the initial A is significant here. Number 22 also is significant. Okay, we are to trust the timing. Ooh, I'm also getting that for some of you, you are thinking of traveling and wanting to, I'm hearing like even to just get out of the house, or you getting on the plane and traveling to a different country. Adventure. Okay. I'm hearing fresh start. Fresh start. Okay. This is a moment of inspired action. You choosing to travel, you choosing to be outside, you choosing to release. And perhaps for some of us Libras, your way of releasing is traveling. You experiencing like a new culture, experiencing, and maybe even like trying new foods, you know, stuff like that you love to do, that is going to help you release some things that you're not feeling comfortable with, okay? And in traveling, you're finding new, like your new self, if you will. Like a layer of you, another layer, okay? Like you waking up in the morning and you're going, this is a new me. Like this is a part of me that I have never experienced before, and I am to experience this now and to know what this means for me. And in traveling, it is helping you understand everything in, if you look at it from a bigger picture, right? At a bigger scale. And so you're going to yourself, these mistakes that I had made, okay, these regrets, I am learning so much about this new self. And through adventure, through traveling, getting to know people, like different group of people, different culture, now you're going to yourself, 949. Now you're going to yourself, I understand. I'm seeing things clearly. I understand that if I just have more self-control. And I sit with this, you're going, well, why didn't I do this before? Okay, this is what I'm getting. Why couldn't I just have more control before? Because if I had a lot of that self-control, then I wouldn't have made that mistake. Okay, that's what I'm getting here. This is what I'm picking up. I also written down that life will beat you down after all the grieving, but trust and remember to laugh and to dance. I feel heavy on seriousness, like when something happens, like for example, you making that very specific mistake that you made, okay, that keeps coming up, and the things that you regret. It's like you get serious and it's like you forget how to come back to fun. You forget how to come back to laughing and being goofy and dancing and singing maybe. Like for some of you guys, you're a singer, okay? It's like you suppress your talents and your gifts. Once you experience something really bad, and once you experience a failure, once you experience the feeling of regret, it's like you're just completely shut out, like shut down, that even you suppress your own talents and your gifts and you forget that it's even there. So it's like spirit is going, adventure! Because through adventure, you're going, I feel like a kid again. It's not a bad thing. It's just play. Because in play, okay, and this is what I'm getting on following the rhythm here, because in play are we alive, free-spirited, and we don't even actually have to like, you know, I'm getting like act like a kid. Like I'm getting for some of you guys, you're a very serious person that even when you tap into your inner child a little bit, you're just like, that's not me. That's the attitude I'm getting. Like even if you tap into your inner child a little bit, you're just like, that's not me. Perhaps you aren't inspired enough. Perhaps you may be surrounded by people who don't support your talents and your gifts, and that's why you're going, that's not really me, when it is a time of reflection, a moment of reflection. And this is why I had read what I had written down. It's a time for a cleanup. It's making so much sense. Okay, 1313. Putting this all together and it's making so much sense. It's like, okay, this is what I'm getting, Libra. When the world shuts down, like when the world becomes so dark and gloomy, it's like you don't know how to come back to being playful. It's like you forget. It's not like you don't know how to do it. It's that you forget how to come back to fun, to humor, to laughing, to dancing, to singing, to play. You get so serious. Perhaps it has a lot to do with where you are with your mind. For some of you guys, I'm getting that you are always in your mind. So when you are constantly in your mind, you forget that you even have a heart. I just got chills right now. I'm all dramatic, like, what? And I think it's because I know very much where I am with my heart. So when I said that, it's like surprising to me, okay? Because, okay. When you are too much in the mind, again, you forget that you have a heart. You forget that your heart is even there. So it's like, how do you even tap into your gifts and your talents when you don't even know you have a heart? Dang. The world has become so corrupted that it too corrupts other people. The world, you're seeing the world so corrupted that you feel like you're responsible for that. Okay. You feel like you're responsible for taking care of the world. You feel like it's your responsibility for taking care of how the world is. So when the world shuts down, you shut down, and then it's almost like, I don't even know who I am anymore. And so now, stepping into your season, you're in a lot of acceptance. And you're really having to understand this in stillness. You know, you could have, chills again. Okay. I feel like when I get chills, it means that something here is serious. Something here had happened and it did not make you feel good. I'm getting it again, and I'm only getting it on my right arm. It's so weird. What I'm getting here is that for some of you, you know, your background, your childhood, how you were disciplined as a kid, how your childhood played out. I almost feel like I want to cry, because there are a lot of things when you were even younger. Like, I'm getting like a young woman with long hair, like blonde hair. I'm getting this image right now. That's amazing. A woman with long blonde hair with a dress on, and like freely, like just freely, right? Like somewhere in the meadows. I'm getting that. That's amazing. And it's taking me back to your childhood. It's pulling me back to your child. I'm getting chills again. It's pulling me back to your childhood, okay? And it's about, like, look, I grew up in an Asian family, and Asian families are very strict, and they could be very strict. And we are not ones to, I grew up not talking about my emotions. I grew up not talking about my feelings. I grew up completely silent, right? And it felt like, to me, I wasn't allowed to speak up about what I was feeling, because if I did, I'd get in trouble. If I did, then I'd be wrong. If I did, then nobody would actually listen to me. So I'm getting here that for some of you Libras, okay, going back to your childhood, depending on what race you are, background, okay, your ethnicity, this is about the culture that you grew up in, and you seeing everything as it is when you were growing up. And there were a lot of questions. You were thinking to yourself, this is not right, this is not right, this is not right. It's like you grew up in a very chaotic family dynamic, and you really had to push yourself to get yourself out of all of the chaos. Perhaps maybe even certain people that you were not comfortable being around. It did not make you feel confident about yourself. It did not make you feel good about where you were going with yourself. So it's like taking me back to your childhood, and it's making me go into your culture. I don't know what race you are, but this could be any race. I'm speaking to somebody here when I say this, that there were something in your childhood, okay, that you were not proud of. Now you're looking at yourself, okay, it's like a reflection of you as an adult now, and you're going to yourself, this is why I am the way that I am today, because of my culture. There are a lot of things that I did not agree with, that I was forced to believe. And your mind is going, I actually do not believe that. And although I am what I am, and the color of my skin, and the color of my eyes, and the color of my hair, although I am this, I am not actually what everyone perceives me to be. So now you're going to yourself, I'm actually not what everyone think I am. They might have pushed, you know, religion on you. They might have pushed maybe even like politics on you, and, you know, certain opinions on you, and forced you to really believe it yourself. But you're going to yourself now as an adult, like, I don't actually believe that. I feel like this comes up for you in the previous readings that I've done for you guys, which is funny to me. It's like you always I'm hearing confused, like you're confused, like, I don't actually really know who I am. You know, but you are one not to like sabotage your own race, okay? I may be talking about your own race, but I'm talking about it because there's something about it that you're thinking about. But you are not one to like sabotage your own race. No, I'm getting like there's something about your childhood and how you were disciplined and the culture that you were in that you did not agree with, but you had to deal with it. And you really had to push yourself to like accept it. Remember how I said in acceptance? You had to really accept things even though you didn't want to. And you might have like, okay, you wanted kids at a very young age. You wanted kids because you knew that having kids, I'm getting baby boy, twins, okay, or just baby boy, a baby boy, you wanted a baby boy, and I'm getting like it didn't work out, okay. You knew that having a baby was going to save you from whatever it was that you were feeling at the time in your childhood at a very young age, when you were feeling like, you know, you weren't comfortable with whatever was happening in the family dynamic. Some cultures is going to force and push you to believe in something that you don't want to believe, and it's going to be ingrained in your mind forever until you reprogram yourself to not believe it anymore, until you reprogram yourself to believe in something else other than the things that people want to believe. People want you to believe. And you thought to yourself that, I'm speaking to somebody here and I'm following the rhythm, that you told yourself that if I have a baby, the baby is going to lift me up. The baby is going to make me happy. The baby is what is going to like make me come back to life, if you will. And so you surrendered to it. Give it to God. He knows what to do. You surrendered to it. You know, you were like probably sitting, speaking to the universe and asking for a baby because you know this is what was going to make you happy. And so you surrendered to this. And you had the baby. You had the baby. Perhaps maybe even two babies. Okay? I'm getting twins for some of you. I'm getting a baby boy and a baby girl. I'm getting pink. Okay? A creation. And so, wow, this is amazing. And so when you conceived, right? It's like your life turned around. Wow. It's like your life turned around. Upside down. Like your world, like, flipped for the better. Okay. Now I'm getting like you're more inspired. Now I'm speaking to somebody here when I say this. I feel like this is a very specific and it's not going to be for everybody, but I also feel like some of the readings that I have been doing lately has been very, very specific. So take this as it resonates, okay? Now you're inspired. Now you are taking the initiative to really turn things around for the better. Okay, now that you have it, I'm getting to not let your ego get in the way. To gain, to know, you know, it's like when you had a really, trying to translate this the best way I know how. It's like when you came from nothing, right? How much that killed your self-esteem, how much that killed your confidence about yourself, right? When you come from like a family who didn't really have anything, right? Like you were poor in material and in money, right? And you really had to work yourself. You really had to work hard to, you know, get somewhere. So you started with nothing and now you're here and you have something and you have a lot. And I'm getting here that, you know, when we come from nothing and now we have something, it's like our self-esteem is up. Sometimes it's up there that we don't know how to balance it. And so then our ego gets in the way. Okay, that's what I'm getting here. For some of you, you are recommended to speak in public and to speak up in public. Like you may be one practicing this. You may be one taking a class, okay, and you're speaking in front of the class, okay? You have an assignment, you have to speak in front of the class. You might have been that person who never liked to speak in front of everybody because you were shy or you just had a really bad stage fright, okay? But you are one developing this, and you have been, and you've been working on this, and now you're able to really show your face in public and really speak up in public. You may be like at a job or your career choice requires you to speak to people like one-on-one or like even a group of people, right? So it's like you went from stage fright to I am confident, I am capable, I am possible, and now you're out here speaking in public. You're out here using your voice and speaking to people. That's amazing. Inspired action. You're fueled by inspired action. What drives you and your inspiration is you taking the steps from having nothing to. It's like you having to climb this hill, or you having to take and roll this boulder, this big boulder up a hill, and you're just going. And you're just going and going and going and going. But before, it was like you had to pause and you're just like, right? And that boulder rolled down little by little. But then you're like, no, I gotta keep pushing. Okay, I'm getting that image right now. Know yourself. And I feel like for you, you have really gotten to know yourself. And you're yourself even like, I don't even know who I am anymore. It's like, you don't even know where you are with your mind. I believe that this is you having to ascend. And I feel the need to tell you, to remind you that this is normal. Like, you may not feel like sometimes you ask yourself, am I normal? Maybe you're not supposed to be. Maybe you're supposed to be this unique creature that everyone is seeing, and you have to accept it in acceptance. Maybe you are not accepting you for who you are because of where you came from. You haven't really like accepted yourself for who you are, because to other people you feel like they're judging you, or you're not getting enough like validation. But I'm getting that if you are to sit with yourself in acceptance, that you would just be yourself and you wouldn't care about what other people think of you. But I think like I'm talking to somebody here who's very much in their mind, and you can't get yourself out of your mind. It's like sometimes you put yourself and place yourself in denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. I know that I'm never alone. It could be that you felt like you went through a phase, okay, you went through a period where you felt like you were just in denial. In denial because you felt lonely in here. So you weren't actually really seeing yourself. It's like seeing someone, like somebody looking in a mirror and going, I love you. But to you went through a period where you're going to yourself and you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're going, I don't know about you. And maybe you were saying that to yourself because you didn't believe in yourself enough, that you cared way too much of what other people were saying about you when they look at you. But I think you placed yourself in denial because you were lonely in here. Number 13 is significant here. But you know what? You have also come to a realization that when you are doing the things that what you love to do, like absolutely love to do, like maybe even spending time with family, eating dessert, I'm getting like drinking coffee, drinking tea, like you just simply like living, you simply just sitting there and not doing nothing, but just enjoying the fresh air, enjoying the trees around you. You know you're on the right path. So it's like you've gotten to really know that when you do the things that you love to do, that's when you know you're on the right path. That's when you know, okay, I'm actually okay. And it has a lot to do with your background. It's like you switch up or something. Like something in your childhood really damaged something here. And now as an adult, you're going, you know, whatever happened to me in my childhood really damaged parts of me that I still don't understand. Really damaged parts of you, maybe even your spirituality. And maybe the things that, you know, people were pushing you to believe that you didn't want to believe, maybe that's what damaged you. And now you feel like you have to start all over again and having to believe in the things that you actually really believe for yourself. And this is what you feel shameful about sometimes because some people don't agree. And when some people don't agree with it, you have this tendency to also not agree with it. It's like you not accepting yourself all over again. You know? It's like you having to like weigh out the balance here, and you don't actually really know where you're going. It's like confusion after confusion after confusion. You really are gaslighting your own self though. Seven of Swords, okay? You not believing enough in yourself when this happens. Okay, Libra. In acceptance, I also feel the need to say, okay, to look into, if you are a Bible scholar, okay, to look into Psalm 33 and read Psalm 33, okay? Trust and balance and trust and acceptance, okay? I feel like whatever happened to you in your childhood, okay? It's like you almost want to cry every single time when you think about it. Remember how I said earlier, like I almost wanted to cry? To you, what was done to you in your childhood, you felt like was not just. It was not fair. It left you confused. Almost feeling like everybody was using you for your energy. Maybe even using you for your own intelligence. You were around people who were using your intelligence against you. And it left you with this big anxiety that you may be carrying around with you now as an adult, and you're trying to get rid of it. To you, it's like, it's not fair that I had to go through this when I was a kid, and now as an adult I have to carry myself this way. That's heavy. But you are one who is married, and you are enlightened with your partner. You both have been in a committed relationship, okay, and thriving. Okay, I have the Four of Wands with the Lovers and the Ten of Pentacles, and thriving. Okay, and this person really cares about you. I have the King of Pentacles. It's like now you're creating a life with your partner and you're just going. I want to pull up an animal, spirit animal here for you guys. You're just going. You have a very magical energy. I embrace my transformation. I courageously let go of the past. The magic of nature is in me. I am brilliant and I am blessed. You are very intelligent. This is what I'm getting. You are very intelligent. And it's funny because I've been seeing dragonflies everywhere. And this is a time for you to really reinvent yourself. As I say, you can reinvent yourself, open to the rewards of change. You have brilliance to share with the world, love every part of your journey. And here you are in your journey and you're just going. Thank you for tuning in to another reading, Libra. I'm sending you guys so much love and support. My name is Kimber. If you would like a personal, all my information will be down in the description box below. I love you guys so much. Happy birthday! I'll see you in the next. Bye.